What's going on, Nature's fans? Chris with Nature's Recreations Aquascape Artist of the Year. We are back out in St. Charles, Missouri, revisiting a site that we did last summer where we completed an awesome 11 by 16 pond, and the homeowner have us come back out and redo the other side of the yard because they're tired and fed up of mowing this hillside because it is so steep and just kind of a pain. I can only imagine doing that with a push mower is just no fun. So we're back to put in an awesome set of ledge rock steps, some outcropping boulders, terrace this thing up, and get some trees in the corner to really set the stage for this new garden to come. I don't know if you remember this project, but we just did this, like I said, last summer. It has filled in great. Plants are doing awesome. The water is just crystal clear. Remember those cool steppers that go across the pond and that nice little patio back in the back there? This thing is starting to come along. They've put a few plants in here, but they've been really kind of waiting to develop the rest because this is where we're starting to work right now. So the plan here is we're going to, these were a couple extra stepping stones that we had left for them from the other work that was done over there because they had to move a little bit of some stuff where that paver came in. But they're eventually going to do a nice little potting shed or a garden shed underneath this covered deck here. So what we're going to be doing is taking and extending these flagstone and making a nice zigzag flag stepper path to a nice set of ledge rock steps that are going to kind of meander up this hillside. We'll be doing outcroppings all along the sides of this to terrace and retain this soil because this hillside is really pretty steep. It's probably almost a 5-foot elevation change, if not more, from the base grade all the way up to the top. They've got this nice big double gate up here now. They're actually going to have us extend some flagstone up there as well, but down here they wanted to get some base plants put in here, so we're going to be throwing in some junior green giants right in this corner. So we'll be doing some terracing here, throwing those nice tall columnar evergreen trees in that corner, and then we'll be terracing all of this hillside as we come up. We've also got a drain pipe off the corner of this covered deck to deal with, as well as one up in the corner, and you can see that little bitty 1-inch pipe, which is their actual sump pump from the basement. We're going to tie all that in. That's going to run down here and just pop out between some outcroppings. So as we come up, we're going to have this meandering flag and ledge stepper path coming up this hillside. We'll terrace this and really kind of level this guy out here because we're going to have a flagstone stepper path with a nice big landing stone right off of these deck steps to come down to this area here. And then they've actually decided to take this stepper path and take it all the way out right around to the corner of the driveway there. So this will all be planted up, some nice steel edging here to contain the grass from coming into this space. This is going to eliminate all of this mowing for them. They are so ecstatic to not have to ever mow this piece of lawn. And again, this will all be mulched up, have a nice terraced area for these plants. We'll even come in and do some tie-ins off of that retaining wall so we don't get any kind of wash coming down there. But this is going to be an awesome space. We've got that first step in. That's the most important because that dictates where we're going to go from there. And we decided to take out one of these retaining wall blocks that was edging right up against this patio because I wasn't feeling it. It didn't have real good cap termination, and we wanted to really contain that dirt so we didn't have water coming around here. Right now we've got that drain pipe that's going to shoot out right between these guys here, keep it nice and hidden, just flow right across the stepper path, and then we'll custom cut those blocks and run those caps right up to that so we've got a better soil containment. We'll come in later with a big, tall, real weathered one right back there. We've got a cool ledge piece at the shop that we're going to bring in tomorrow. Just massive. It's got a really cool weathered mossy front, and we're actually going to run the soil up over the back because that's how it was harvested in the earth out in the woods, and we want to cover that back tail up to make it look just like it did when it was pulled from its home. We've got this big nice framer here that's going to retain that soil. You can see we're right about the fence level there, and then we've got one of those junior green giants going in there, another one here, and then we'll put a third one out in here, kind of make a nice little tripod cluster, fill this upper space here and give them a nice sense of containment and make this feel a little bit more intimate in time with some privacy from that back corner there. And also just to kind of soften up this fence. I love the fence, but that white is really stark and harsh, so the more that we can get some green vertical accents covering that and softening that, the better we're going to be. We're bringing in a couple stones now that we're going to set right in this spot here to try to do some soil containment, and then like I said, that ledge tomorrow we'll start throwing in a couple more of these steps and going up that hill, and then just start decorating that as we go. Eventually we'll get this plumbing done. Guys will start working on this flagstone. We're moving along. Guys, we're making great progress while I was away yesterday. We've got all these other accent stones in. We're bringing some soil in today. We're going to backfill that whole area, get those beds established for those big junior green giants. We're going to be setting one more flagstone stepper here to create a landing, and then we're going to continue with our steps. We're going to try to get those to do some turns and twists so we can create some interest in here, and then we're going to get us up to that final elevation where we'll have some flatter outcropping stones to really retain and level off that area where those steppers are going to come down off that deck and then get us out through the gate. All right, we've got this upper flag path started here. We got a little bit more grading to do and a couple small stones there. We actually had a little bit of a compound slope, so we added one smaller step there to get that nice and level, and then we'll have this pathway coming right through here, going out the gate. We actually have a lot more room than I was anticipating for garden space up above here. We were able to really keep some large spreaders of soil. I really like that because this is going to get filled in with plants and really soften this whole area up. The whole idea of the boulders is just to kind of serve as some retention and also aesthetics, but to make it really feel like this was an existing rocky hillside, had always been there, and then the soil just kind of eroded it away. So we've got this kind of theme going with these different terraces running through here. We've got this lower one. It all plays well off the steps here. This whole area, once that gets filled in with plants, that's gonna look just great. And all those upper stones are really tall and protruding, so hopefully those are going to pop out. Got a couple little smaller accents that we couldn't bring in today we're going to set, but man, this is looking really good. I love how easy it is to come up and down this hill now. It was such a hazard walking up. Now it is super simple and very interesting. We got this all wrapped up, guys. Check out how cool these steppers came. This pathway just totally changes this entire hillside and landscape. I love how the boulders just work right into these terrace sloped areas that we worked up. We also are in complete love with these ledge steps. These things are phenomenal. I love how wide and natural and stable these things are, providing a very easy pathway for everybody to get up this what was a very problematic hillside. Now they have a very clear, stable path to get to the deck steps and down. They actually have a little apartment into the basement that was a problem to get to because there was really not a good way to go through the house to get there. So this is now going to provide a very easy pathway for them to get to where they're going, as well as provide the framework for the landscape that is about to come. This is what we do. Check out this pathway between the two houses here. We've got this nice wide flagstone path that leads right to the fence. We actually have both gates to be usable and an option in case they ever need to open this up, but now it's a clear path from the patio below all the way up and all the way back to the driveway. One thing that I absolutely love about what this addition did is it now ties these two spaces completely together. Before, the pond seemed a little dislocated from the rest of the yard, and it just seemed like it was kind of starting in the middle of nowhere. Now with this all mulched and eventually landscaped, it is going to feel like this entire space is more cohesive, which is actually what the plan was from the word go with this entire project. When I originally designed it, I had this all in the plan, and they just now had us come back and do it. But I think it's because they realized the same thing. It was going to tie the spaces together and provide a functional pathway. So here is the upper section of the steps, leads you right to this gate, takes you right alongside the house, and a nice stable path all the way along right out to the driveway. What do you guys think about that? It was just a plain sloped grassy hillside before we started, and quite dangerous to walk up and down. The homeowner had slipped several times. I almost slipped a few times and darn near turned an ankle. Now we have a clear pathway, easy to navigate, very aesthetically pleasing, and setting the stage for the framework for the rest of this landscape. Tell me what you guys think about this one. Do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe this video if you know anybody who might be interested in seeing awesome features like this, or maybe looking for something as well for their landscape. Until next time, Chris with Nature's Recreations. Have a great day.